Hey, what's up my brothers? This is Enemy Stand User, and today I want to kind of discuss some more new theories that I had in my mind regarding Jujutsu Kaisen and the state of the story so far. I like making these type of videos to like theorize some stuff and share some thoughts that are just kind of like itching in my mind. So now today I wanted to kind of talk about the impact of Gojo's imprisonment and the insane power struggle and power gap in the JJK manga right now, with the clans as well as the sorcerers, new and old. And finally, how Gojo may emerge from prison realm and the state of mind that Gojo could go down when he gets out. Seeing as it's really been about like 2 freaking years since Gojo last appeared in the manga in chapter like 91, I thought it would be really cool to go over my thoughts on his impact right now and how Kenjaku is taking advantage of Gojo's absence. But with that being said, let's just dive into my thoughts. Alright, so first I want to go over the clear power vacuum in the JJK verse right now that Gojo is out of the picture at the moment. When news that Gojo was sealed came out, everybody's trying to make moves. Everybody. The higher ups, the Jujutsu sorcerers, the curse users, even the great clans. In chapter 148, Junichi Zenin mentioned that there was like a shifting power struggle between the families now that Gojo is sealed, but now that the entire Zenin clan was bodied, there is even more of a sort of vacuum of power. However, due to the nature of the Zenin, you know, like how egotistical they are, I'm really not certain if the other families will have that inclination or desire to rise in power, you know, like the Kamo clan. And regarding the Gojo clan, I'm not even sure if the Gojo clan, how much that family is operating, because Gojo is the one and only person who operates through the family. However, if you notice in chapter 152, in the end of the Perfect Preparation arc, the Gojo clan apparently made some decisions. So someone is acting as a proxy, standing in politically on behalf of Gojo. It's all really kind of hazy, but now that the Zenin are gone, Megumi is now the executive head of the family, and we know Megumi wants to free Gojo and sort out Kenjaku and the games. So that just leaves the Kamo clan, and Noritoshi seems to be like a very proper head. He's like the golden boy. So trying to free Gojo, I feel, would kind of hurt his standing with the higher ups. So we just have to see how the remaining families respond to Gojo's absence and the impact of the culling games. Now that just leaves the higher ups, and we know the BS that they are on. They killed Yaga, reenacted Yuji's execution, and made Gojo a criminal. However, I can't ignore that they sentenced Geto to death as well, so to me their actions kind of tell me that the higher ups are scared of something. They fear some sort of outcome from all this and want to end it quickly. Geto, Gojo, Yuji, these are all people, these are big factors that have powers that could change the world forever. So it's no wonder why they want to eradicate these unknowns to preserve their Jujutsu world. And we've seen them panic. Remember chapter 137? These are the higher ups talking, arguing, and freaking out now that Kenjaku has kicked off the games and the existence of curses has got out. They know that something big is coming out of all this, and Japan is the first to experience this start of this change. Now though, with our main sorcerers versus Kenjaku and his army of curse users being the culling game players, this whole situation could play out a lot of ways, because most of the players just made the deal to come back to life and don't even know what's in store for them in the games. And modern players are the same way. They don't know why they are fighting, but because they have this new cursed power, everyone's killing one another to gain points, to add rules, to survive. This is an incredibly hard process to stop for the sorcerers, and even some of the sorcerers have to kill and be willing to catch bodies to progress in the games and add their own rules. So to a degree, you could say that they are influenced by the conditions of the game. I'm mainly looking at Megumi here, as he straight up lied about the sort of pacifist route and the plan that they had before. But now that the games are kind of established and all these powerful players are coming to the light, I have to ask, which one will be the strongest? Which person is going to take Gojo's #1 spot now that he's sealed? Now immediately, I would say we all look to Yuta, as in the fan translation, he was stated to be the second strongest next to Gojo, and clearly showed off his power in the Sendai colony. Yuta probably is the single most gifted sorcerer in this generation next to Gojo. However, still in the official Viz translation, it said that he was second to Gojo in unnatural abilities. But I think there is very likely people and sorcerers who can match Yuta's level as a sorcerer. Maybe like Kashimo Hajime, maybe Hikari, Maki, Yuki, and of course other past shamans. And finally, of course, our main guy, Kenjaku. I believe that Yuta, despite what we've seen in the serious flex that he showed, he has to continue to prove his strength and overcome any obstacle to be that strongest sorcerer. Yuta is really a top tier character, but it's not like he's untouchable. There are still some minor limits to his power, but out of everyone, Yuta still seems like the guy to handle the games, and he already has 200 points from his debut in the culling game. So he's just getting started. So no doubt Yuta will continue to flex his strength, but he doesn't need to prove that to us. I still feel like he's gonna really have to prove Kenjaku wrong. Kenjaku definitely knew his plan to seal Gojo would change the scales of power in the world, and it makes me wonder, he did all this planning for Gojo. Even in the past, Kenjaku tried killing the Six Eyes multiple times in different eras, but only recently succeeded in his plan in the sealing of the Six Eyes now. So if Kenjaku was really that hard pressed to handle Yuta, he should have done something already if he's not already planning right now. I'm not sure how much Kenjaku knows about Yuta as far as Yuta's bloodline and the Sugawara blood and all that, but I don't even think he cares, as Kenjaku himself doubted Yuta's ability right off the bat. Already dissing him, he's talking his stuff like, yeah, your boy Yuta is strong and unique, but I don't get what everyone sees in him. He can't become the next Satoru Gojo. So basically like, yeah, what's he doing about me and my plans, really? So to be fair, once you have the strongest power Gojo currently in checkmate, you kind of gotta talk your at that point. We have yet to actually see Kenjaku sweat and doubt his own plans and his own strength. Even Tengen himself considered Kenjaku's ability as a sorcerer and said that he is the most powerful barrier user next to himself. Tengen said that. So we really just have to see how this bad blood between Yuta and Kenjaku will play out, because clearly, at least in Kenjaku's mind, it's not going to be like it was last time. Kenjaku is not Geto, and he's not going to be playing around. Yuta seems to have his goals set to kill Kenjaku and get 400 points and handle the burden of the games, but it's probably not going to be that smooth. It's probably not going to go that smoothly. Kenjaku is one of the smartest sorcerers to ever live, and is one of the best, most talented sorcerers as well, right along with Yuta. Kenjaku definitely knows what he is doing and is very aware of the disarray and chaos that he is causing in the JJK world. Do y'all remember when he showed up at the end of Shibuya with Urame, and he knew full damn well no one there was touching him? There were 10 other enemy sorcerers there, and Kenjaku proceeded to flex his know-how to everyone because he's just built different like that. Despite everyone's efforts, he casually explained his plan, taunted Gojo like a trophy, and unleashed the start of the culling games with millions of curses. He did it all right there, and no one could do anything about it but shut up and let it happen. There is definitely a huge power gap now that Gojo is absent, and our sorcerers will really just have to step up, or it will be literal hell on earth with Kenjaku's plan. Next, I want to go over Gojo's impact with his power and how Gojo might react when he is reintroduced into the story and unsealed. Now, it goes without saying that Gojo is strong. In fact, he is currently the strongest being in this modern era. Gojo's very existence is so great that when he was born in December 7th, 1989, the very balance of the world was altered. Curse's strength even started to increase in the world. It's like Gojo's emergence was a sort of cause and effect. Gojo is the world's response, like a natural order. So Sukuna is not the only one where its level of power affects the world. Basically, Gojo is like the Jujutsu Messiah. Because of Gojo, curses got stronger, and curse users couldn't act up. They had to live in a constant state of fear now that Gojo is an unstoppable force that literally keeps evil in hiding. Gojo is the one that is blessed. Among the heavens and the earth, he alone is the honored one. Having two of the Gojo family's coveted techniques, Limitless as well as the Six Eyes, gives Gojo the means to be the strongest, and he comfortably sits at the peak of the Jujutsu world. Gojo is an invincible monster, but that just makes us all the more wonder, how was Kenjaku able to seal such a power? Well, in the event of sealing Gojo, Kenjaku had to use his team of curses not to defeat Gojo, but pressure him. Everyone knows that it's nigh on impossible to kill Gojo. Even Kenjaku is aware of this. However, Kenjaku knows Gojo, and he knows how to make Gojo slip, even if it's for a moment. First, he made it so that Gojo's environment was loaded with innocent people. Then he had the team curses kill people while attacking Gojo using humans as cover. This all still wasn't enough to slow Gojo down, as unlike Yuji, Gojo can deal with people dying as long as he is not the cause of it. But when Mahito arrives, he brings transfigured humans and scores of people. The situation was way too out of hand and chaotic even to Gojo's standards. So Gojo used an all or nothing domain expansion of 0.2 seconds to save the lives of the humans there and kill the remaining threats before the curses wake back up. This whole 0.2 situation is really a testament to the Six Eyes' precision and how insanely skilled Gojo's barrier usage is, as he trapped hundreds of people in that veil in an instant, while still having the energy to kill over 1,000 transfigured humans in only 299 seconds, a little under 5 minutes. Despite this impressive feat though, Kenjaku revealed one of Gojo's weaknesses, Geto Suguru. Gojo was quite literally prepared for everything, including Prison Realm, but he was not prepared to see his best friend Geto alive in front of him. Gojo's mind is then flooded with memories of the past, and Prison's realm conditions are reached, and it proceeds to process Gojo for the seal. This is one of the few times that we see Gojo actually pissed off and angry now that he knows someone is walking around with his best friend's body in a very disrespectful manner at the moment. But this is checkmate. This situation really brought to light Gojo's quote-unquote weakness, and technically that weakness is his resentment and pain from not being able to save his best friend Suguru. And what's interesting is that Gojo is an extremely superficial and cold person, but Gojo still has a human heart. He knows he can't just kill people. He still has his own line of justice and morals that he won't cross. That's why he won't just kill everyone with his power like others in the story hint that he can do to fulfill his own desire. That's exactly why he didn't pop his domain in the subway and kill thousands, but ultimately save more by exercising the disaster spirits. He handicapped himself to save the lives near him too. And finally, that's why he couldn't even kill his best friend Geto Suguru back in 2007. He couldn't find it in himself to cut those ties and end things off like that. And just think about it, Geto went off as a curse user for around 10 years till he was killed by Gojo in 2017. Gojo allowed Geto to walk around as a curse user in the world for 10 years, preaching his crazy shamanistic beliefs. Even after Geto's death, Gojo still preserved his body, so due to that, here we are now, the worst outcome with Kenjaku. Gojo has to be heated right now. He has to be pissed, and that's just from what he knows from before all the death in Shibuya and the culling games. He should already be angry enough knowing Kenjaku is flaunting around and toying with Geto's dead body, disrespecting their friendship, and even Geto's quote-unquote soul is pissed trying to strangle Kenjaku, and we gotta talk about that in the future, the soul and the body. That was weird. But imagine Gojo learning about the higher-ups, Yaga, Nanami, Nobara, the culling games. It's just straight up demon time at that point. Gojo already kind of hints at the idea of killing the higher-ups already and clearly hates them for how they operate. But with recent events, Gojo might just kill them on sight. If Gojo got out and unsealed, he may just kill anyone he perceives as a threat on sight. If Gojo was to cross his own moral line, then there could be a real falling out on the sorcerer side, and nothing would be like it was before. All the characters now post Shibuya are starting to change after those events, and most of them are far different than they were compared to back in the Goodwill event part of the story. So I think it makes complete sense for Gojo to change as well. Tengen stated that him, the Six Eyes, and the Star Plasma Vessel were linked by fate. But since Toji destroyed their destinies 11 years ago, what fate could be in store for Gojo? What sort of change might occur when he is released? If Kenjaku achieves his plan of seizing and ascending humankind, and chaos spreads on Earth, like what will happen in Tokyo, I personally think, just like the natural order of things, Gojo could change right along with the state of the world. And if my thought is wrong, which it very well could be, Gojo is still selfish. He's still human. He's an imperfect person in an omnipotent body. He shows time and time again that he is not a saint and will kill anyone if it is justified. Even way back in the story, he teaches his students, like Megumi, to be selfish, and even use his own selfish ambition to dominate and kill Toji Fushiguro. So it's not surprising at all if Gojo got unsealed and decided to turn the switch off, so to speak, and straight up destroy everything in his way. Including my thoughts though, I really feel like toward the end of the culling game arc, there will be a sort of convergence of power. A crossroads, you could say, where we have forces like Kenjaku, Sukuna, Gojo, Megumi, and Yuji, maybe other people like Yuta as well. But there will be a point where someone has to die, and if it's someone like Yuji or Megumi, I think in an event like that, Gojo has to be involved in some way. Or with like Sukuna, Gege has hinted that Gojo versus Sukuna matchup since like day one. So whatever could happen, I really heavily feel like Gojo's power will play a part toward the end of the story, and his reintroduction will be huge when he gets unsealed, probably world altering. It's really nothing new considering that, you know, it's Gojo, but you know, Gojo can't stay sealed forever. He can't just be on the sidelines forever. Gojo's comeback will be a pretty big spectacle, I would say. That's about it for this video though, guys. Thank you guys for watching to the end. Y'all brothers are awesome. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird. I'm kind of recovering from a bit of a sickness right now, but please comment how y'all feel about Gojo's power in Jujutsu Kaisen and Gojo's possible return to the story. Gojo is a pretty big deal, so big in fact that whether he's in or out of action, he's still a really big factor in the story. But that's about it. This has been Enemy Stand User, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.